Today, I'm going to give you 5 hitting tips that'll take you from struggling to win ranked games to hitting World Series consistently in MLB The Show 26. And you may be wondering, who is this random guy giving me hitting tips on YouTube? So, my name's Scotty. This is my first year actually playing competitively in ranked on MLB The Show. And I am a 6-time World Series player, and my top rating, I capped out at 950. So, not one of the best players in the world by any means. Like, I'm sure none of you guys watching this are. However, I'm a pretty good player. I would like to think probably top 1% in the game, somewhere in that area. And with this being my first year of playing MLB The Show competitive, I have used just these 5 simple tips to get significantly better than what I was. And we'll start here in the settings. Hitting interface, you need to be using zone. I don't care what your uncle that played MLB The Show 2008 on his PlayStation 2 tells you. You can't use timing. You can't use anything else. You have to use zone. PCI sensitivity. This is personal preference. You can put it at whatever you want. I would just kind of tinker with it a little bit. Don't do it anything extreme, and just see what you're comfortable with your PCI moving. PCI, you have to have it on. I mean, there's some freaks that play with it off. It's crazy. Like, you just can't see anything. Do not do this. Okay, PCI center and like what you should be using. I get this question all the time in my Twitch chat, my TikTok chats, whatever it is. Scotty, which PCI should I be using? It does not matter. It's all personal preference. You could use a picture of a cheeseburger, right? You could use a picture of a cheeseburger or a taco. And as long as you can put that picture of the cheeseburger or taco on the ball, you're going to square it up. This is all personal preference. I use diamonds. It's what's been the most comfortable for me with no inner or outer. Color, again, preference. I have a viewer of mine that uses cyan as the color. It's like a blue, and he's a 1,000 rated player. And it literally does not matter. I use yellow, turn the opacity down a little bit. Again, preference. And then PCI anchor, this is also a preference. I choose to use it because I'm going to show you kind of like an approach I use for hitting, especially on like Hall of Fame or Legend. But again, if you don't want to have an anchor, you don't have to. Put your hitting difficulty on whatever difficulty you're going to be playing on. I'm assuming a lot of you guys are on All-Star. Just put it on All-Star. And then hitting view. I use Strike Zone. Strike Zone 2 is also really good. Just use one of those two. Everything else is kind of like meh, you know. Hitting depth of field, this is blur. This is a really good feature in the game when it works. If you load into a ranked game and you go to hit and your everything feels choppy, turn it off. But most I would say, like, it's kind of a coin flip. Sometimes it'll feel choppy, sometimes it won't. If it doesn't feel choppy, it's awesome to have on. And then in play view, I use high. That way when I hit a fly ball, I can see the trajectory of it, like where it's going to end up going. That gives you a little bit more of a competitive advantage. But if you want to be a little bit more visually appealing, go to dynamic. It really doesn't matter, to be honest. And last thing, just turn vibration off. Vibration literally just distracts you. It does nothing else. There's no reason to have this on. Here we go. So we are going to custom practice. Custom practice is so boring, right? I get it, guys. It's so boring. You know what else is boring? Going to practice in real life for baseball. Going to football practice. Going to basketball practice. You want to go play. You have to practice. It's the only way you're going to get better at the game besides just playing the game, right? So what we're going to do, I play in Colorado. So I just like having going to Colorado, comfortability of it. Before we start getting into the actual tips, I want to talk about the mentality of playing this game, right? This game, especially in MLB The Show 26, there's a lot of frustrating things that happen. Squared up balls that you hit 100 off the bat right to the shortstop. You square up a ball and kill it and it dies at the wall, right? There's a lot of stuff that's going to happen. You have to stay composed. If you get frustrated, you're going to start taking worse swings. You're going to start, I cuss at the game all the time. Old man cussing at the sky, right? You're going to get frustrated. You're going to play worse. And then you're going to go pitch and you're going to hang pitches. And it's bad. Okay, so 5 tips that I personally would recommend to you. Starting off with number 1. We need to learn how to hit the fastball. That's the first thing you guys need to do. It's going to be the most used pitch against you, fastball or sinker, one of the two. It's just sinker is just another variation of a fastball. It's going to be fast, okay? So we'll just let's let's go to Albert, and then I warm up against Randy Johnson. Okay, the reason why is Randy throws like the hardest in the game. I have the most difficulty usually hitting Randy cards. Okay, so I'm gonna have Randy Johnson pitch to me. I'm gonna use Albert Pujols, and then I'm gonna put the fastball all the way up like this. I'm gonna put him to just throw me strikes. Okay, so first tip, PCI placement. What I want you guys to do is just spend like 5 minutes just tracking the ball with your PCI. Don't swing. While you guys are doing this, I want you to pick up on his pitch release. So where he's releasing the ball at, okay? This will give you more time to react. So we'll wait. I'll show you with my PCI the best I can. So look at my middle dot in my PCI, the middle dot, right? Randy is gonna release the ball right where that corner is. So right where my middle PCI is where he releases the ball. You guys can do two things. You can watch his hand go into that spot and then the ball come out, or you can just stare at that spot. I know a lot of people that do that too. If you just stare at that spot, you'll see it. A lot of pitchers you're going to play will have like kind of an over the shoulder release. So like some people say, look at their hat. You can't look at Randy's hat because it's his arm slot, right? But the majority of pitchers, you can look at his hat if you want to do that too. Once you guys have did enough PCI placement, right? You're getting the PCI placement. You know that if you swing a good timing, the PCI is going to be on the ball. You're going to crank the ball, right? Now you guys can start swinging at it, okay? So start swinging the bat. Get your timing right. What I want you guys to primarily focus on is on being either good, perfect, or just early or just late. And I'll give you exactly why. For some reason in this game, just late and just early swings produce a lot of home runs. Obviously goods and perfects do as well, like of course it's going to, but just early and just late home run or produce a lot of home runs in this game. I couldn't tell you the amount of just late home runs on inside pitches that I've seen. It makes no sense. So you just don't want to be early and you don't want to be late, right? So yeah, just practice, get your timing good. Okay, so once you guys feel comfortable with the timing and the placement, we're gonna talk about anchoring, right? So what is PCI anchoring? So you see how my PCI starts in the middle of the middle of the box, right? The middle of the strike zone. Okay, we'll wait for Randy to pitch. I like to anchor my PCI inside and a little low. So what you do is you move it and you click down on your left stick and your PCI will sit in that spot. So again, I'll show you. Boom. Not touching my controller. It's sitting in that down spot. Okay. So the reason I do that is because the timing windows on inside pitches are the fastest. They're the ones you're going to have to be the quickest on. What does that mean? You have to, so for example, as a right-handed batter, you need to be earlier swing timing so you can take it to left field, right? And then vice versa. If he pitches away from you like that, you have to swing later, a little bit later. And we're talking about like milliseconds here, but you need to swing a little bit later so you can take it oppo. You want to hit away, you want to hit it the other way, right? Pretty simple baseball stuff. Anything over the plate, you're going to have good timing on regardless, because anything middle has such a big timing window that you could pretty much take it just early, just late, good, or perfect, and it's gonna fly, right? Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about is approach, guys. So what is an approach? So if you guys play real baseball in real life, you guys know what an approach is. It's coming into the at bat with a kind of like a mindset of how you want to structure your at bat, right? So my personal approach is taking until one strike. Now there's a caveat. If they groove a fastball or a sinker down the middle, I'm swinging at it, right? But let's just watch this pitch, for example. Dotted fastball outside, right? I've got to reach across the plate and hold off a little bit on it. I'm comfortable taking that, right? I'm comfortable taking that pitch, because if he would have missed a little bit more right, that's a ball. A lot of the times you'll see people throw you balls to try to get you to chase. Cutters in on your hands, change-ups under, fastballs up, whatever it may be. People are going to throw you a lot of balls, and you would be surprised at how bad some people are at pitching at this game, where they will just walk you, right? They walk you twice in an inning. You're up to bat, one out with two guys on. It takes one swing and you put up a 3 or a 4 spot and they rage quit, right? You would be surprised. I got walked in a Hall of Fame game. I had a runner on first, got a single, got a guy to third. So I was a first and third. Then he walked to the next guy, and I had bases loaded with 0 outs. And I hit a grand slam with Victor Martinez, and the guy immediately quit out in the first inning. In the first inning, the guy quit out because he gave up a 4 spot without getting an out. It's gonna happen. If you're patient, you have an approach, you take balls, and you just develop your eye, you're gonna win more because you're gonna put up more runs. If you swing at everything, you're not even giving yourself a chance to walk. And my last hitting tip of the video I want to give you guys is teaching you guys how to not slam your PCI. If you guys don't know what PCI slamming, it looks like this, right? You're moving your PCI and you slam it. You slam it up. You push your stick all the way up, all the way down, all the way left, all the way right? Slamming your PCI like this, right? You're never going to store anything up unless they throw a bad pitch and you just so happen to slam to it, right? So the biggest cause for PCI slamming in this game, I see it with so many bad players, so many new players, they do this with their PCI, right? I play co-op with viewers on Twitch. I play co-op with viewers on TikTok. I literally will see every other game I have a co-op teammate that does this with their PCI. This is the worst thing you can do, right? This is how you prevent PCI slamming. This is how you prevent and just get general better PCI placement, right? So we'll go with my anchor, right? I'm gonna go with my anchor down and in right here. Make micro movements like this, right? Circle micro movements, right? What that's going to do is it's telling your finger and it's training your brain and your finger not to move the PCI so much, right? Boom, 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 right? And even though I was late on that, my PCI is still right under the ball, right? If that's a good time and swing, that thing's flying, right? Do another one, right? Boom, 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 micro, same thing, perfect, right? A lot on that specific pitch right there, fastball down but barely above the line there, right? A lot of people, when they're sitting here doing this before the pitch or whatever, they see that coming in, they're doing this with their PCI, right? I know y'all don't want to hear me yap anymore about the game, so if there's anything you take from this video that helps you as a player, helps you get better at the game, let me know in the comments below. Leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel. I post a very big variety of Diamond Dynasty content and stuff helping y'all get better at the game. So yeah, I will catch y'all on the next one.